Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
And
Hey.
all right. So Sharice, how you doing today? Where you at today?
I'm amazing. I'm with a client today, um,
Oh, okay.
at her home. I'm in Atlanta though.
Okay, cool. All right, and good morning, everybody. I'm at the dealership because I'm on my way to New Orleans for the family reunion. So I
Hey.
stopped at the dealership to get all of the, to make sure the car is road
Yeah.
ready. So I'm gonna
Nice.
try to whisper and not be loud. Um,
Oh,
so
they'll be okay. They should probably be listening.
right, but I gotta say, I love my dealership. They brought me water. They brought me biscuits. Oh, let's see. It is so I'm having a really, really good morning. That's far. That's far.
That's
All
good.
right. So our topic for today is speaking with authority, using your voice to command attention and respect. Okay, so we're just gonna
Mm,
dive in. All right.
yeah.
So what advice do you have, Sharice, to having people speak with authority?
Oh, okay. That's a really, really good one.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I would say today, clarity.
Yep. That's what I was
Clarity
gonna
in
say too.
who you are,
Mm-hmm.
what your purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we talked about this before, and often, I believe at this seasoned age, you should know your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yep.
should have an idea of your purpose and at least an understanding that, your purpose
Mm-hmm.
is easy. It's just you need to have
Mm-hmm.
the conversation with the right people and the right community to understand, that you are in your purpose in one way or the other. It's just have you really truly identified it, clarified it, and
Mm-hmm.
then what's the audience, what's the community, what's the service to it, and your mission.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just where a lot of people may be so consumed with a career that they've had that may not be their purpose work, right? That they feel like
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a purpose, or even like,
Mm-hmm.
um, just raising children, being married, caretaking, whatever it may be. You may be so consumed and overwhelmed with that you don't
Yeah.
realize that you're in your purpose, because your purpose could be
Mm-hmm.
caretaking.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
could have a lot. Maybe you need to teach other families that, hey, this is going to happen. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
be in position,
Mm-hmm.
even parenting, even
Yeah.
um, being single, and that could be your purpose in life, teaching people how to be single and
Mm-hmm.
satisfied,
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But I think for us, Natalie, because we are entrepreneurs, like some pretty purebred entrepreneurs, we understand that differently
Yeah. Yeah.
and know how important it is, in our daily lives, in our careers, in our personal lives. Uh, your purpose work is everything.
Yes. And I want to just echo what you just said because I didn't know my purpose. And I feel like I spent like 3 years like praying for it. And I wasn't praying hard.
Mhm.
This is kind of every time I thought about it, I would like show up, send up a prayer. So I think took about 3 years to reveal my purpose. One of the things in that I learned is whatever your purpose is, you're already doing it because you can't help but do it.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it's in you, it's a part of you, you're already doing it.
Yeah.
But for some of us, me specifically, and I know a lot of other people like this, is because I'm already doing it, it's so subtle
Mhm.
that you wouldn't readily identify it as a
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my purpose is simply to talk to people, but I've been talking
Mhm.
to people. I
Yeah.
got in
Yeah.
trouble for talking to people in school.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
been a running theme in my life, me talking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when that was revealed as my purpose, it took me like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And so I really had to understand, and I'm so glad I did get that understanding first along the
Yeah.
purpose journey is you're already doing it
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because you can't help but do it. It might
Yeah.
be the person who they were they work as a janitor at the school, but they forever bringing in baked goods. They
Yeah.
forever bringing in cookies and cakes. And, oh,
Yeah.
I just whipped this up because I was bored last night. You
Yeah.
can't help but do your purpose.
Can't
So
help
your
it.
purpose is probably cooking and baking. It
Yeah.
is. And
Exactly.
so don't get so stressed over, I gotta live in my purpose. I gotta get to it, because you're already doing it. So you really just need to get the awareness. And so I think your prayer needs to be, okay, Lord, show me the things I'm already doing that you
Mhm.
really called me to. And it's such second nature to you. You won't even identify it as being
Yeah.
your purpose, you know,
Yeah.
because I think we're a lot of us are looking for this thunderous voice to
Yes.
get up and
Yes.
say,
Yes.
you
Yes.
are called to lead
My
1,000 people.
child, your purpose on
Right.
this earth is.
Mm.
Yeah.
It could be simply um, bake a cookie for the
Yeah.
kids in the
Uh-huh.
neighborhood. That's
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
But in baking
Yeah.
those cookies for the kids in the neighborhood, now those kids have somewhere safe to go and feels like somebody loved them. And it's because you don't know what's going on in some kids' home.
Yes.
And so you
Yes.
don't know that cookie that you're baking for them, that you're giving out to the kids, provided them a place of peace and a place
Yeah.
of safety.
Yes.
So now that's the only one thing that they had that was good in their childhood. So now that they're growing up and they know that goodness exists. And so now they
Mhm.
can be a different person, a better person, because of the cookie.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the way it works.
Absolutely.
That is
Absolutely.
also the way it works.
And
So,
and it goes back to our conversation, Natalie, about
mm-hmm.
legacy, right?
Ooh,
Legacy
say that.
is creating experiences and events in people's lives that they never
Mm-hmm.
forget, right? That they
Yes,
always remember that you were attached to. So
yes.
so it's our overthinking, right?
Stop
Overthinking that this
overthinking.
it's the
Mm-hmm.
overthinking of what my purpose is so grandiose, and God is going
Mm-hmm.
to come and say, my child, your purpose is. No, you're
Right.
in it, and it was given to you before you even
Mm-hmm.
existed. For instance, as a little child, I was always playing with everybody's hair, everybody's clothes, every how you look. You got to look good if you're around me. If you with me, I got to make sure you look good. Okay.
Wow.
So, and you
Mm-hmm.
already look great, but let me put a little stank on it. Let me put a little, let me enhance
Mm-hmm.
that a little bit. Um, so that looking good, making sure people are looking good and feeling good, right? If you look
Right.
good, you feel good. If you feel good, you look good. And
Yes.
radiating confidence, that's my purpose out here. And then
Mm-hmm.
it expands. That's why it's so important to get into it and clarify, because it's just going to expand once you do
Yes.
identify it and are
Yes.
sure and certain in that thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Because I think that's going to give you the authority. So, two things
It
I want to say
is.
about speaking with authority is
Yeah.
you do get clear on your purpose, you speak to authority. But the
Mhm.
other thing is getting clear on who you're supposed to help allows you to speak with
Mhm.
authority.
Mhm.
So, I was
Mhm.
just working with this wonderful new colleague that I picked up over the last couple of weeks. And
Mhm.
as we were talking about her free workshop that she's going to give, I realized she had not identified her ideal client. And she
Mhm.
really hadn't sat down and said, okay, my ideal client is going to do this. They want this. They like this. They make this. This is what they do for fun. And so when you really sit down and really get clear on who your ideal client is, now you can speak to them with a level of authority that you never had
Yep.
before. When you
Absolutely.
talk all over the map because you're trying to talk to 20 different ideal clients, you're not going to have the authority that you could have you just sit down and identify one ideal client. So when I
Yeah.
was working with her and realized that her messaging was all over the place, and then we had to narrow her ideal client down, then I realized that I didn't have my ideal client, which is
Mhm.
why I can't figure out my messaging. And
Mhm.
so I haven't been speaking with the level of authority that I could have. And so now
Mhm.
that I identified one ideal client, because I did the work last night, me and
Mhm.
ChatGPT sat up there, we did the work last night to figure out
Mhm.
exactly what the pain points are for my ideal client so we can
Mhm.
speak to those pain points with authority. And
Mhm.
so the circle back around to what you said is clarity.
Mhm.
Clarity on who you
Mhm.
serve, clarity on
Mhm.
your offering,
Mhm.
um, and the simplicity of that is what will give
Mhm.
you the authority. I want to say
Mhm.
one more thing, but hold on, let me think about what it is.
Mhm.
Like I thought about it, and then I forgot about it. Is you don't have to be you. There's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
And so whatever you're probably saying to your ideal client that you're speaking with authority with, somebody else has already said, but your
Mm-hmm.
client likes your voice.
Mm-hmm.
They like the way you look at it. They like
Yeah.
your story. And
Yeah.
so get clear on all of that. And so you may have to do a lot of practicing so that
Mm-hmm.
your message comes across clearly.
Yeah.
Most of us, definitely me, when I get in front of a crowd, I get tongue tied. Like all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I get tongue tied.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm learning is that's because I haven't practiced my stuff enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
another key point to speaking with clarity, to speaking with authority, I would say number one is clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1A and 1B is clarity on your messaging, which comes from clarity on your who your ideal client is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Number two, I'm going to say is practicing your message. And
Mm-hmm.
so practice, find an outlet in which to practice, which might be, every Tuesday at 9 a.m. you get online and you start
Mm-hmm.
talking to the people. And
Yeah.
so that you're practicing, that you're writing it out, that you're saying it. You might need to go old school and say it to yourself in the mirror in the morning. This is my message. This is my
Mm-hmm.
steps.
Yeah.
This is how I want to work people through a process,
Mm-hmm.
And so when you are clear about that, because you know it, they call it once it's in your bones, then you're also going to speak with authority. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
I digress.
I add a word to once it's in your bones, embodiment. Like you have
Ooh,
to
say that.
embody everything that she just
Hmm.
spoke about. To speak with authority means
Yeah.
you have embodied your gift, you have embodied your purpose, you have
Hmm.
embodied the skills that you
Hmm.
have accrued over the years, and you
Hmm.
know how to transfer those skills. From one career, from one anything, just how to transfer skills
Hmm.
because those
Hmm.
skills are there for a reason. And
Hmm.
just because you attain that skill over here in this career many years ago, it happened for a reason, right?
Yeah,
And
say that.
it is to be used. So don't throw away any old skills for sure.
Don't.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. So in embodying that, like, I hope you all can hear us clearly. You have to become it. You have to become that authority. And all those things are why, like, that clarity, that understanding of who you are, who you serve, how you serve them. It's extremely important because if you don't know that, if you're not clear with that, that's how you become tongue tied. That's how you become
Yes.
overwhelmed. That's how you
Yes.
become just not knowing what to talk about. You should be able to pull a topic out of clear air when it comes to anywhere you show up. You should be able to scan the audience and pull a topic immediately when it
Ooh.
comes to your expertise in your industry,
Hmm.
right? So there is no tongue tie on this
Hmm.
side of business when you are clear about who you are, what you do, who you serve, how you serve them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sharice, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you spent time with speaking coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And so correct me if I'm wrong. But from what I understand thus far, because I'm really still learning how to like really build a speaking career and really get out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm at the very beginning. Um, is that you should have what two or three core messages that you
Yeah.
can like almost change the clothes on to fit this audience. So if I'm
Yeah.
talking to an audience of dealership employees,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then I may spin that thing around where it's more about business. But if
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
to couples at a church, I may spin that around a little bit more to where I'm talking about couples, but my core
Mm-hmm.
messaging is still the same. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah, absolutely. That's true.
Okay.
Also, speaking to that, Natalie, that's why those skills, like your skills, are extremely
Hmm.
important, from all levels because remembering, right? So if you got these
Yes.
core messages, you
Hmm.
can remember where to go dig from, but it goes even deeper. So, okay, I know what I want to talk about. But my discernment, which is a gift and a skill, my discernment says when I just showed up to this room, whoa, I was going to talk about couples and love, but I just scanned this room and these couples right here, they need to hear about connection. I see these couples here. They need to hear about what it takes to gain a relationship in business and love. How can I
Yeah.
be in love
Yeah.
and in business with this person that I see every day that I'm tired
Mm-hmm.
of, I'm sick of? How can I fall back in love with them? So that
Mm-hmm.
discernment, you don't have to be rigid and stick to the topic. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you have so many topics and so many skills. Because when you walk
Mm-hmm.
up and you're doing your introduction, you might even have music. Okay, is
Mm.
this music speaking to this particular audience? Right? Is this
Wow.
atmosphere? No, no, no. I need to change the music because this audience is a little bit more seasoned. So let me change that music to, let me play some jazz with these words here. You know what I mean? Because this is
Yes,
what they're going to relate
girl.
to. This is what they are
Mm.
going to, yeah, right.
Mm.
This is what
Mm.
is going to make them feel good. This is what's going to make
Yeah.
them allow them to connect with
Yeah.
me and ensure that this is a safe space for them. So it's
Yeah.
extremely important when you are, because sometimes, like when you start speaking a lot, you're going to be asked to speak, and you probably have an assistant who's booking you, possibly, which you
Mm-hmm.
should have
Mm-hmm.
someone having your back in that way. Who
Yeah.
is this audience? So um, you're going to have those topics, the broad topics, but then you're going to have to go in there and you're going to have to cater,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
nowadays in the market that we're in, you can't blanket
Mm-hmm.
that thing. You've
Mm-hmm.
got to come in and customize and cater because guess what? When it comes to
Yeah.
closing, it's
Say that.
how you make them feel.
Pray, pray,
So
preach,
you can
preach,
close the deal
preach.
before
Okay.
the minute you walk in with the
Okay.
atmosphere.
All right. I'm gonna stop you right there, only so that I can make sure people are clear and
Hmm.
give y'all some directions over what Sharice just said. Because
Hmm.
honest to God, I don't think y'all be picking up everything that Sharice be laying down. I don't. And so what she just said, and I want y'all to get real specific, is that you need to have several intro songs on deck. And so I'm going to ask everybody to speak with authority. I want you to go find, for whatever reason, I'm coming up with four. My spirit is saying four and not
Hmm.
three. Four different intro songs that you can use, that
Hmm.
you can go between, that you have on your phone, that you can point to, that you can download, that you can say, hey, pull this up on YouTube or whatever. And
Hmm.
have those on your phone ready to go. Okay? Four different intro songs. Then I want you guys to have, I'm going to say two different speaker synopsis. Like when they introduce you, have that written out so you can just give that to somebody and they can introduce you, or you can
Hmm.
email it to them real fast, or because it's a document on your phone or in your drive. So I want you to have two different ones. Maybe one that's a little bit more professional, and maybe one
Hmm.
that's a little bit more comical and a little bit more
Hmm.
relatable to the people.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have
Yeah.
two different intros, and all of
Hmm.
this is on your phone, so you are always prepared and ready. And
Yeah.
then I want you to have three different talk titles.
Hmm.
Three different talk titles.
Hmm.
Okay. But no matter what the talk title is, I want you to have one main message.
Hmm.
So even if you start talking about the cows in Zimbabwe, or the sheep in New Zealand, or I don't know why I'm on animals, or the lions in the zoo, that you can
Hmm.
always bring it
Hmm.
back to whatever your main core message is.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
And your main core message is probably what you're going to write your book about. It's going to be really what you should be speaking about, what your program is around,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have those themes, and let's go through them again, you got one main message. One main message.
Mhm.
You're going to have, what did I say? Two different speaker intros.
Synopsis. Mhm, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm,
Okay. Then I said you're going to have three different talk titles.
mhm, Hmm.
and you're gonna have 4 different intro songs.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
recipe for somebody. That is a
Oh,
recipe for
yeah.
somebody.
It's a
I'm gonna challenge
yeah.
myself to do this same thing and
Hmm.
have this
Hmm.
done by our next call.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to get clear on that. And
Hmm.
Q, will you make sure you put that in the show notes, the one, two, three,
Hmm.
four, so people don't
Yeah.
have to listen to the whole thing to get to that? Because I think this is powerful right here, right now. Is
Yeah.
having that. This is a key way for you to speak with authority, for you to
Yeah.
show up with authority, for you to
Yeah.
know and look that, and it's that
Hmm.
extra edge of professionalism.
Yeah.
You show
Yeah.
up, you got all your stuff together. Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's right here. Oh, let me email that. Okay, you got it on your phone now to have it
Yeah.
done nice and quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, now when you have all of these things done and it's all together and it's all succinct and it's all flowing and you've practiced it, now you can sail with authority, not just speak with
Hmm.
authority. Okay,
Hmm.
now Sharice, I give it back over to you for
Okay.
telling us how to sail with authority.
Yeah, so well, let me back up a little bit when it comes to the image side of it. Making sure that the image is there, that
Mm.
they have the right image
Mm-hmm.
of you, up to date image that is going
Mm.
to speak to who you are right now in the space, not
Mm-hmm.
an old image. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's important for you to
Mm-hmm.
see me about your
Mm-hmm.
photos, your headshots,
Mm-hmm.
your photo shoot, your brand photo shoot, things like that. Super extremely important to have an image
Mm-hmm.
consultant in your life because this
Mm-hmm.
is what I do. I make sure that you show up. You know, basically what you're speaking to is my show up, captivate, and cash out, right? So
Yeah.
the program, so you show up, you captivate your audience, and you cash out. Okay, and this is
Yeah.
how you do it. Speaking with authority is absolutely how you show up. You captivate
Okay.
and you cash out, right?
Okay. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to slow you down a little bit more. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, can you give us 2 or 3 tips right now for
Mm-hmm.
to help us with our image? Like, should we have one signature outfit that we wear over and over, one signature color? Should we have like what can you give us something that'll help us until we get to the level when we can afford you?
Hmm. Yes, and don't and listen, and you can afford me. You can afford me. You'd be surprised, okay? Because one thing about
Okay.
me, if you come see me, I'm gonna show you how to make money. I'm gonna show you how to afford me. Okay.
Okay.
So let's stop right there. I want to make sure everyone knows that. Okay, so one, yes, there should be something signature about you. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a color? All the
Okay.
time. Do
I
you wear
just
scarves? Do you wear red or orange lipstick?
mm-hmm.
What is signature about you that every time people see you, they're like, "Oh, there she go, girl, with her orange lipstick. She look good." And that I love that. I love
Okay.
her locks and her orange lipstick. Oh, she's
Gotcha.
always have on purple, girl, because royalty is her thing. So she gonna have on some purple and some emerald green.
Yes.
you know
Yes.
and are you a suit girl, are you a dress girl, you know what I mean,
Okay.
like
Mm-hmm.
any of those things, and then you hit it with the repetition and the consistency,
Gotcha.
right? That's
Okay.
what you do in
Okay.
your photos. That's what you do. It doesn't have to be the same outfit, but guess what, if it is, because a lot of people, I wear black all the time, and I have some friends, who are fashion girls, and they have the
Mm-hmm.
colorful clothes and stuff, and that's cute. But I show up best in my authority in my black, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
fly in my black. My hair is gonna be fly. I'm gonna have a fly black outfit on, and when it's time for me to wear color, I will. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a colorful girl. I'm a
Okay.
solid girl, right? If I'm gonna
Gotcha.
wear my black and white, I'll wear a pop of color. Or if I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna, I might do the monochromatic colors. I'm just not a
Mm-hmm.
colorful, all over the place
Mm-hmm.
rainbow girl. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
fluffy and I'm not a rainbow girl. So those are, but if you might not know that until I just said that, right?
Right.
So, but those are things that immediately you have to consider. When people see you, the first thing that they see is your hair and your face, especially if you're
Okay.
zooming. right? And even
Mhm.
in public, they're going to see your hair and your face, and then they're going to zoom down to your outfit. So it all has to be cohesive. So it needs to make
Okay.
sense to your brand and your image. So you have to think
Okay.
about it, even if you're working out, okay, you're going
Okay.
to be noticed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they need to notice you and they need to say a thing about you. Oh, she look good. I like that color on her. Oh, I love her locks. Oh, her
Mm.
voice. Girl, I know you anywhere. I know your voice anywhere. Right? So if they
Mm.
hear your
Mhm.
voice coming around the corner when they see you, they need to feel something. Right? And
Mhm.
you want them to
Mhm.
feel good
Oh,
about
good.
whatever it is that they feel, right?
Yeah.
That is how
Yeah.
you captivate an audience. That is how you captivate a new potential client. That is how, like, for instance, your voice, you have a voice of authority, and you also have this mothering, nurturing voice, right? That's why people like listening to you. That's why when people come to you, they can just kind of sit and just get comfortable on the sofa and just know that whatever she says, I trust it. Whatever Natalie has to say, I know it's going to get me to the next level, right? So I
Right.
know you've always had an office that when they walked in, they just relaxed and they
Mhm.
felt good.
Mhm.
But that's
Mhm.
you too. You exude that relaxation and that safe space. So you've embodied that. So that's what I mean, people. If you're listening, like you have to embody your brand. The way
Mhm.
you show up is how you captivate the people. The way you captivate the people is how you cash out in your community.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All
I know
right.
that was a
I'll
lot.
it was a lot. It was a lot. I do want to say one specific thing because I don't think everybody knows this. I will say one specific thing on top of Sharice. This is just to add on a little chicken nugget to the side. Is
Hmm.
when I originally came into this field, they said you should get your professional pictures done every 3 to 5 years. That's not true anymore.
Hmm.
Y'all should be probably getting your professional pictures done. I'm gonna say at the least one time a year
Hmm.
because we're
Yeah.
using our pictures so much more on
Yep.
social media
Yep.
and your
Yep.
pictures need to match where you are. I'm also
Hmm.
going to say if you change your hair, like you go from a
Hmm.
sew in to lock,
Yep.
you got to get
It's
new
time to
pictures with that
change.
new hair. You got to
Yep.
get new pictures for that new hair. And so
Yep.
that's two
Hmm.
specific things that you can do. And so
Yeah.
bump up that picture schedule. And I
Hmm.
understand because the years go by fast, because as we're
Hmm.
talking about it, I realized I think the last time I did new pictures was last year this time.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's time again. Like,
Hmm.
golly,
Yeah.
we're going
And
to have
and
it's
then
been about a year.
remember, you probably
Hmm.
don't remember, but you have a gift from me. I've gifted you a photo shoot. So don't forget
Oh,
that. Your next one is on me. Don't be going out there doing a photo shoot without me.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Okay?
I
I
got it.
got
I
you.
got it. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. I picked that up
Hmm.
probably about September.
Hmm.
So
I
it's
got
on the
you.
schedule. All right, cool. I'm excited about that. Okay. All right. Give people a couple of tips for their next photo shoot.
Okay.
What do you want them
All
to do?
right. Good, good, good. So for your next photo shoot, I want you to consider
Hmm.
what
Wait, I can't hear you all of a sudden. Okay, if y'all can hear me, Sharice is coming. I think a call must have came in on your phone. That's
oh,
usually what. There you go.
can
You're
you hear
back.
me now?
Yep.
Oh, it must have been where I moved it. Might be a bad little spot. Okay.
Okay.
So gosh, I forgot what I said. It's coming
You.
back.
I was saying a couple of tips for somebody else that's going to do their next photo shoot
Okay. Oh,
without you. Just a
so
couple.
consider who you are becoming in your brand. Okay.
Mm.
So consider the elevation and consider the expansion. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do I want to look like? When my people see me online, what do I want them to see and feel? Okay. So,
Mm.
colors,
Mm-hmm.
outfit, hair,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
makeup. This is why you don't do this random. This is why you have a
Okay.
consultation. This is why you sit and you say, hey, this is what I want to look like. This is what I want my audience to feel. So,
Gotcha.
am I am I considering locking my hair? Okay.
Mhm.
Am I considering cutting my hair? So you have to think futuristically. So if
Mhm.
you're thinking futuristically and what you want to rebrand into, if you know that, I think in September, I think I'm going to put some color in these locks, right?
Mhm.
That's what you want to consider. Okay, so let's bring up some images of color that you would like, right? And let's see
Mhm.
what that looks like. So now we can literally base the shoot off, the color scheme off the color of your hair, you
Okay.
know, when it
Yeah.
comes to your clothes. So big factor, hair and color. Okay, and this
Mhm.
is for my men too. You know, color, 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 because it says something, right? When
Mm.
people see it, they're going to feel something. When people see the color that you
Mhm.
have on, it's going to say, and
Mhm.
it's going to say something to them and make them feel a certain way. So I would say
Gotcha.
consider your colors first.
Gotcha.
All right. And
Okay.
then also consider the vibration that you want, the atmosphere that you want.
Mhm.
Is your office a space where your clients come and see you? Do you meet your clients out and about? Are you a real estate agent where you travel? I'm gonna tell you, this is really funny. You see so many real estate agents look so glamorous on their photos, right? So amazing, so glamorous. This is not how they look every day.
Right.
Real
Right.
estate
Mhm.
agents are in houses, in and out, walking in and out, sweating, moving things around,
Yeah.
in and out the car. This is not how you look every day. Now, of
Yeah.
course, you can take some really great photos of yourself glammed up, but I would love for you to also consider taking some more candid photos and more casual
Mhm.
outfits and looks,
Mhm.
out and about, in and out the houses, in your car, just those candid things, photos and images that people can really relate to. Okay.
Mhm.
So just give them the whole gamut. Okay. This is me glammed up. This is what you're going to get when I'm speaking, when I'm showing up for a podcast. Maybe it's a little more casual. Of course, if I'm on stage, it's more professional. And guess what you're going to see if you meet me at a showing? Okay, I'm gonna have my logo, my t-shirt with my logo, and some
Mhm.
jeans or some khakis and a gym shoe. They're not
Mhm.
showing up in their heels like that. Most likely, you might see them on social showing up like that, but I guarantee you, the
Mhm.
real estate
Mhm.
agents that I work with, when I
Yeah.
see them on a daily basis, they out in the trenches, very casual. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can keep your casual elevated. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll take care of that too, but consider that.
Yeah. I want to say I think one of the gifts of the pandemic was that we were able to show up in our regular everyday selves. I think that was
Hmm.
definitely a gift of the pandemic. And what I was just listening to somebody on the other day doing a talk, and they were saying the research is actually showing now that people are selling more, getting more clicks, getting more buys on their products when the
Hmm.
pictures are more candid, when it's more selfies, when it's
Yeah,
more it's
yeah,
the real. And so it's that
yeah,
authenticity that people are
hmm,
loving. And so
yeah.
I'm gonna echo Sharice, you do both. Like, yes,
Do,
do your glammed
do it
out
all.
photos.
Hmm.
And then, but also make sure that you're taking some real selfies, that you're
Yeah,
out there really being your true self online and leading with that
yeah,
authenticity, because that's going to give you a level of authority as well. When people really see
yeah,
you in your everyday, that's going to give you
yeah,
the level of authority. And so I was
yeah.
talking to actually an interior designer because I was thinking about having her come to the house and do some things. And
Hmm.
her social media is really great. And asked like, how did she grow? How did she build? And she was like, it's the authenticity. It's showing people
Hmm.
your realness, your
Yeah.
realness. How you doing this? How you struggling with this? And I thought that was
Hmm.
really interesting. And I
Hmm.
perceived her as a person who was speaking with authority.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And so, okay, we've gone around the bend and back and talked about
yeah.
so much today with
That's
speaking with
good.
authority. All right, Sharice, let's start to wrap them up. What's the
Okay.
takeaways you want them to have for today with speaking with authority?
Yeah, I would say start with clarity and who you are,
Yep.
who
Yep.
you serve, how you serve them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, and secondly, how you show up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's extremely important in showing up in who you are authentically. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to. Today, we're not in a time where you have to put up a facade. It's the last thing you want
Mm-hmm.
to do. You want to be as
Right.
real as you possibly can. So that's how you show up. Okay, that's how you show up clear,
Mm-hmm.
concise, certain, and
Mm-hmm.
captivate their audience. It's extremely important to captivate your audience, bring the people
Yeah.
into your world. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how you close the deals. That's how you cash out. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a silent sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you show up, you captivate the audience, you make them feel good, you make them want to be in your space. The cash out is easy. The sale is easy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even a sale. It was just a connection. And now they're paying you to serve them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. All right. I want to take a slight side trip
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
Sharice just also said something, and I don't think you guys realize. And I just reheard this on social media the other day, so I want to
Hmm.
say more about it. Is I think Tamara Brown, is it Tamara or Tamara Brown, the vegan chick? You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
you just
Is
threw
it
me off.
Tamara? Is it Tamara? I think Tamara.
Yeah, okay, go with that for right now.
Anyway,
It'll
I,
come.
I think, I apologize if I'm saying her name wrong. I know of her, but I haven't really followed her, so
Yeah,
not one of
yeah.
her like core people. But I
Mhm.
happened to see her the other day.
Tabitha, Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
gotta
Okay.
respect the lady.
Yes, I'm so sorry, Tabitha. All
It's okay.
right. But she was talking about that at the beginning, she trademarked her name and she trademarked her saying. And
Yep.
so I think that's another like little just key thing
Hmm.
is the things that you say over and over and over again.
Hmm.
And so made me remember that is Sharice, you always say captivate your audience. You always
Yeah.
say show up and show out. And so
Hmm.
those are your sayings. And
Yeah.
so whatever your core sayings are, work more to say them over and over again, to repeat
Hmm.
them, because that's
Hmm.
also going to give you a sound of authority when
Hmm.
you always say the same thing,
Yes.
because you're going to say it with power. So that's one
Hmm.
kind of more little, like my old pastor used to say, a chicken nugget on the side. But
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have this opportunity again to talk about those sayings, but whatever your
Yeah.
sayings are, those little things, like you can get those trademarked as well and
Yep.
make sure you continue to use them. And so captivate, what's your thing? Captivate and cash out.
Yeah. Show
And
up,
so
captivate, and
show
cash
and
out.
cash
Hmm.
out. And so that's something that she could trademark to
Hmm.
make sure nobody else is saying that and she's able to speak with authority. So, okay. All right. So my things, which is really, I'm going to echo everything else Teresa said, but
Hmm.
that clarity, getting clear, that's going to give you the authority. When you get
Yeah.
clear that I'm here to solve this one problem for this one
Hmm.
person, you're
Hmm.
going to sound authoritative and clear.
Hmm.
So stop trying to do 200 things.
Yep.
I know you can do 200 things. That doesn't mean you need to do 200 things.
Hmm.
Pick out the
Hmm.
one thing for the one person and speak on that for the next 2 to 3 years until that thing is making money automatically by itself.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
And um, then move to the next thing that you're just dying to do, which will probably be the message that your people need to hear next. Right?
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
let's say right now your message is the best chocolate chip cookie to 5 year olds. Eventually those 5 years olds are gonna be 10 and they're gonna need more than a chocolate chip cookie.
Hmm.
Okay. But
Hmm.
keep doing that perfect chocolate chip cookie until your audience is calling for more.
Hmm.
And that's how
Yep.
you're going to speak with authority. That one message to that one person. Who's the one person you're supposed to speak to? What's the one message you need to give? And then perfect the message, practice the message, and then
Hmm.
you're going to just repeat the message, and you're
Yeah.
going to sound like a person with authority.
Hmm.
And I know right now I can hear some of y'all saying, but people are going to get tired of hearing what I'm going to say. They don't. They
Hmm.
don't. Hold on one
Hmm.
second. Who are you calling? Not me. Okay. Sorry. Um, now I forgot what I was saying. Repeat. Okay.
Oh.
I think
Hmm.
people get scared of repeating themselves. But
Hmm.
A, ain't nobody listening to you like that. And so you
Hmm.
have to repeat yourself over and over again for them to hear you the one time. They
Yeah.
they're not going to hear your message until it doesn't even hit their radar until
Yeah.
you said it probably 10 times.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
and so you got to say 10 times just to hit their radar. Now, then for them
Mhm.
to get it, you probably need to say it 30, 40, 50 times. It's
Mhm.
repetition over time. And that's how you get
Yes.
known for something. And that's how you're going to think, oh, she's the authority in that. Oh, she's been talking about
Yeah.
that since 1967. And
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the thing. So whatever your thing is, whether it's eating better, whether it's the perfect chocolate chip cookie, whether it's organizing, whether it's image consulting, whether it's how to have a better relationship, get your core message, okay, so that you can speak with authority. Okay, that's my 2 cents. That's my two
Yep.
cents for today.
I agree.
And I'm
I
gonna work
agree.
on this as well. This was a perfect topic for me as well. Because last night when I realized working with that lady, like, dang, I done
Mhm.
forgot who my ideal client was. Or I'm not
Yeah.
spot. I haven't my messaging has been all over the place. And it's
Mhm.
really because I haven't sat down and worked with my ideal client. And so even
Yeah.
now I'm starting to work with her, but I can't see that couple in my head yet. And what I want to
Mhm.
be able to do is see them in my head. I want to be able
Mhm.
to my ideal client, this is what I prefer. That my ideal client is so clear to me that I can see them and almost have an imaginary conversation with them like they sit at the
Mhm.
table. So
Yeah.
I should be able to say, okay, what do you think about this talk title? And I
Mhm.
should be able to hear them say, no, that ain't gonna work because I ain't trying to do that because of this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what do
Yeah.
you think about this one? And just have
Yeah.
that kind of back and forth internally
Mhm.
with my imaginary, because that's when your stuff is gonna get really powerful
Mhm. That's
when you do
good.
that. So
That's
yeah.
good.
So all right. So I'm gonna do the work. I need y'all to do the work,
Yeah.
and we together we gonna get it together.
Absolutely. That's what we do.
That's what we do. All right. Let me say. Remember to say all the things. Like us, subscribe, click the bell, do all comment, do all of the things.
Share,
If this was
comment.
helpful for you guys today, please definitely put it in the comments and let us know. It was helpful for me today. I don't know what y'all got out of it, but I got out of it. I love this recipe that we came up with on the
Yes.
fly. The
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 process. That 1, 2, 3, 4 to have you show up and speak with authority is priceless. Y'all
Yes.
should pay Sharice for that. So anybody got some extra money, I want y'all to cash app Sharice because that was
Cash
priceless.
App
That
the
one, two,
Together
three.
Together podcast.
That was priceless. That was priceless. And she gave us a lot of gems today. So thank you, Sharice, for always being willing to share your wisdom.
Thank you. I appreciate
Mhm.
you. And likewise.
Oh, I appreciate you. All right, fabulous people. Y'all have a fabulous day, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Audio Jungle.